everybody's having a beautiful day. First thing I want to say is this. So the Knicks came on last night. So yeah, the Knicks came on. It was just any night that the Knicks come on, they will 100% not be a Tonight Show. We're going to 100% do one tonight unless something happened. Like, I just not capable. So I want to apologize about last night. The Knicks came on. Shout out to the Knicks. They had a big victory. They were losing early, and then they got it together. And I just want to say something real quick. So they got Halliburton over there, and they had been he was having an amazing season. They held them to under 10. Let's go. Just dope. Anyway, beyond that, let's get back to let's talk about what we're going to talk about today. We got to talk a little bit more about this Drake Kendrick shit. There's a good reason for this. I'm going to change my camera a little. Because I want to know, do you think, because I think Drake ethered himself, and I would like to have this conversation today. Hey, what up, Australia? How you doing today? I think Drake ethered himself. I think Drake ethered himself. I want to say something real quick. And this has to deal with when you're dealing with the Most High's energy and when you're dealing with other energy. So when you're dealing with other energy that is not the Most High's energy, often it's going to seem like you're doing well and you're winning. But in reality, you're just holding a place. This is what I keep trying to explain. You're just holding a place. You're not actually winning. You're just holding a place. At any given time, Satan can pull up and remove you from that spot. You understand? You're playing musical chairs when you deal with Satan. When you deal with God, everything that he promises you, he does. It's just, that's what it is. But when you're dealing with Satan, you're playing musical chairs. So all of you people that love playing with Satan, all of you people that love doing evil shit and just trying to hurt other people and trying to just work against the Most High, or you're using your energy in a manner that goes contrary to the Most High, understand your spot is not solidified. It can't be. With that being said, we're going to make sure that I get to all the comments today. So drop comments in the chat. We're talking about this Drake thing at least one more day. Australia says, dude. We got Fareed in here. He says, salute Frost, BBN family mods, all in the chat. He also says, Frost, exactly. Shout out to AP, says, Frost, salute, my brother. Hope everything is going well with you and yours. We got Lady Mahogany's up in here today. Very happy to see you, baby girl. Hope everything is going well with you and yours. Says, good morning, Jack. How you doing this morning? I'm doing great. Anybody gonna cotton? Saloon is open. If anybody wants to pull up for some coffee, donuts, maybe some shenanigans, somebody put the Cash App in the chat, or you can pull up to the PayPal or the Super Chat. Now let's get to this. First thing I want to say is this. I want to speak on, happy belated birthday, Miss Mahogany. I did not know that. Happy belated birthday. So there's something that I want to say real quick. I hope you many more. What are you, like 25 now? I hope you many more. So I want to say something. So I heard, I think Charlemagne the God said this. I want to make sure that I give him his credit for saying this. Shout out to Charlemagne the God. I think he said this. And he said this. Listen. So he said, if Drake actually did bait Kendrick Lamar, and then Kendrick Lamar used the bait in the rap, then why did Drake take so long to tell everybody that he gave Kendrick Lamar that information? I'm going to say that again. If Drake actually did have his people lie to Kendrick, give Kendrick information that was not the truth, why would he take so long to come out with the nigga, we tricked you? Wouldn't that be the first thing that you say? I don't think you win in any regard. Just so we could be clear. And I'll explain that in a moment. But I don't think you win in any regard. But wouldn't that be the first thing that you say? Am I wrong about that? Am I saying anything incorrect? Shout out to Charlamagne the God. Is he saying anything incorrect? So you went through this elaborate plan. I don't know about anything happening in Drake's house. Can anybody else verify what I Love It Here is saying? Can anybody else verify that? I don't know anything about that. We need about 3 or 4 people to verify that that happened before I'm going to speak on it. So I'm not even going to say it. We need about 3 or 4 people to verify that before I even talk on that. What up, Manzi? Salute. So hear me out. If you went through this elaborate rules to give someone information that was not true, she said, I'm proud of my 47. Salute, baby girl. Mahogany, I'm sorry. I'm gonna cut this off. It was Mahogany's birthday yesterday. I want to read this comment. She says, good morning, Jamel, Fareed. Thank you. I don't want to be 25 no more. I'm proud of 47. Birthday pics on Facebook. Not all of them. I'm gonna go check them out. You already know what it is. So I want to be clear about this. So Drake went through this elaborate rules to convince Kendrick Lamar of lies that were negative about himself, but when Kendrick Lamar used the lies, he didn't immediately call him on it. Wouldn't that be the reason why you would have the guy get the lies in the first place? So you could immediately call him on it. Immediately. That's 1. 2. Why would you give somebody ammunition against you in any regard? So Drake, remember yesterday I said this? I think it was yesterday or the day before. Do y'all remember I said this? So Drake's trying to win the battle, not with actual lyrics, but with subterfuge. Like, this is a rap battle, fam. This isn't, you're not 007. This isn't, you're not MI6. You aren't the CIA. You aren't whatever's tantamount to what Canada would call any of those agencies that they have in similar positions up there in their hemisphere, and where we're on the same hemisphere, but in their country. This is a rap battle. This is about who's the better rapper. I'm just calling him Charlamagne the God because that's his name, not because I consider him to be an actual God. I don't think I needed to say that. You do know that, right? I'm just calling him that because that's his name. Calling him by his name. Also, it's the THA, not the THE. So I'm just saying it's his name. With that being said, so Drake never planned on trying to drop better raps than K Dot. His whole entire plan was to trick K Dot into saying things that weren't true. So he gave up before the battle started, if this is true. Before the whole battle started, he said, yo, look, I cannot rap with this guy. We need to figure something out. That's what you're trying to tell me happened? So did he also encourage him to call him a pedo? That was also part of the plan? Because you do understand that's what's being implied, right? What's being implied is all you know about me is the stuff that we leaked to you So therefore, you wouldn't know anything about us. When in reality, then he wouldn't have had anything to say about you. He would have had to just rap. These niggas is weirdos. These niggas is weirdos, man. They're just weirdos. I don't know what to call it. And I don't know what you call it besides that. What do you call it besides being a weirdo? No, I'm not going to look for anything. I need somebody else. Somebody go confirm that. I'm not talking about this. I don't believe you. Somebody else got to confirm it that I know that be on the page. Copy? But you could talk about it all you want in the chat. I'm not going to even mention it. Sounds like they want me to mention something that's not true so they could go take it to another page and say that I'm spreading lies. You get it? In any regard, that's one point. Shout out to Charlemagne the God. But I want to say something that's even more damning. And I want to be clear about this. As far as I don't get every single... Okay, first, I love Gilly. Like, not actually. No, one, because he's a dude. we don't do dude love over here. We know Diddy's. But I love their platform. I love what they're doing out there. Shout out to Gilly and Wallow. Right? But I want to say something. I want to be clear about something. I don't think I can listen to Gilly anymore when he talks about who's a good rapper and who isn't a good rapper. I don't think I can take his points seriously. Generally speaking, I always took Gilly's points extremely serious because I'm not saying he doesn't have integrity. We're not doing that. But, he's a really good rapper. He's always been a really good rapper. He's still a really good rapper, and he can spit. And people who can rap, I just hold them to a certain level. Like if you're an actual rapper, even if I don't agree with you on whatever hip hop is doing, I hold you to a certain level because you're capable, you're good at the thing. It's like when I see a really good basketball player, and they say, they give me an opinion on something. I understand that it's coming from a place of knowledge and not just a place of fandom. But this whole take that he's been doing on this on this Drake Kendrick beef feels like it's coming from a place of fandom. Maybe there's something going on there. I don't know. But what I will say is this. Every single last one of these Gilly, Luke, all of these people that are saying that Drake won, y'all looking like y'all it's not looking good as far as your integrity is concerned. Do you know that do you know that Kendrick just replaced himself as #1 on Apple Music? And both the song he replaced was a Drake diss, and the song that just replaced it is a Drake diss. Did you know that? I don't know if anybody knew that. Did you understand that? Did you know that? So not only is not only is Kendrick winning, with optics, the way that it looks, but also he's winning with actual streams. The streaming number says he's winning. Landslide type stuff. Why am I bringing this up? Is this how Drake has been winning this whole entire time? People have just been paying people to say that Drake is a good artist. People have just been paying people. What up with Sean Shipman? Salute. He says, just passing through. Good morning, Jack. Salute. Salute, my brother. Hope everything is going well with you and yours. Is that what's been happening? Are people just paying Drake? Pardon me. Is Drake just paying people? Is that why Drake seems like he's so popular? We're going to talk about the colonization shit in a moment. But is that why people think Drake is so popular? Is that why Drake is so popular? Because they've been paying people to make him sound and look like he's popular? Even when he's obviously getting torched, you have reputable people in the industry saying that Drake is winning. I don't think I could trust anything said about Drake anymore. I don't think, let me move some of this back. I don't think I can trust anything being said about Drake anymore. I just don't. I think that whenever I hear somebody from now on speaking about a Drake accolade, I'm just going to assume it's paid for. Every award, everything, every single thing that anybody ever says about Drake from now on, I'm going to assume it's paid for. Because he's obviously getting his ass whooped right now. Completely whooped. He knows he's getting his ass whooped. Did you hear this last track? He knows he's getting his ass whooped. He knows it. How he drop a diss track that has nothing to do with dissing, but everything to be explaining about the diss track the nigga dropped on you. No dissing. Didn't really diss Kendrick Lamar at all. All the things that he said negative about Kendrick Lamar or was supposed to be disses is cringeworthy. How you making fun of somebody for allegedly being assaulted, sexually assaulted? How is that something to make fun of? Can somebody explain that to me? How are you going to say Kendrick is sticking real close to these allegations about me because he was touched when he was a child, which Kendrick literally said is not true in the song that you guys are referencing that they're talking about? Somebody explain this shit to me because I'm lost. I believe Drake is done. His fans are not going anywhere. Right? His fans ain't going anywhere. But I don't think the acclaim that he has been having is going to be able to be sustained. And just so we could be clear, a 14-year-old Millie Bobby Brown was talking about Drake is talking to her about boys in her DMs. She said it during an interview. When she was 14 years old, Drake went to Australia to visit her in a hotel. Now, hold on. Every single time we hear about Harvey Weinstein doing some weirdo shit, what was these ladies that got assaulted? Where did they say it happened? In a hotel. What is a 14-year-old talking about when any guy, grown man, in her DMs that she can't say what it is publicly and it don't got nothing to do with business? It's literally about something that's personal, and not just personal, but about boys. I need for y'all to tell me what, if I'm saying anything wrong, put it in the chat. I haven't even gotten to the colonizer comments yet. That's coming. Put it in the chat. If I'm saying anything wrong. Now I'm going to say something. And this is why I think Kendrick Lamar was the dude that came after him and not somebody else. A lot of these dudes is doing weirdo shit. I'm not throwing no names out there or nothing. But a lot of these dudes is doing weirdo shit. Allegedly. A lot. Allegedly. A lot of these dudes probably did weirdo shit at Drake's mansion. What do we know? In Drake's company. What do we know? With people that Drake did weirdo shit with. What do we know? But you know who hasn't? Kendrick Lamar. He hasn't done any weirdo shit anywhere around Drake. He probably hasn't done any weirdo shit. What the hell do we know? And I'm not saying everybody else has. But what I'm saying is, as far as these individuals' image go, even their music, some of them are just saying weirdo shit. Like your man Rick Ross that was talking about putting mollies in chicks' drinks and she didn't even know it. So Rick Ross can't come at Drake on this level. There's a lot of rappers that just can't come at Drake on this level. Let's fast forward, but back up. So there's been claims about him being a colonizer. Do you want to know why people are saying that? Because when Drake pulls up, he takes from the community but gives nothing back. What has Drake given back to Atlanta? But look at all of what he's acquired from Atlanta and messing with those artists. What has Drake given back to Houston? But look at all of those artists down there he dealt with. What is he giving back to the community? What is he giving back to Houston? So these artists are going and dealing with Drake and they're not really benefiting. Drake is, though. You know the dude that said that Kendrick is trying to free the slaves? Nigga, why ain't you trying to free the slaves? I don't know nothing about that, AP. I don't know nothing about that. Anybody else knows about what AP is talking about? Put it in the chat if anybody else knows what AP is talking about. Explain that shit to me. Am I saying anything wrong? I would like an explanation. So Drake pulls up and he works with other artists, takes their music, but what does he give back to them? Why doesn't Drake is OVO, right? Can you name me another artist that blew on OVO? So Drake claims he's some kind of master general, but you give the ops information to say negative about you. So you could then say, ha, ha, ha. That sounds like something a middle schooler would do. That's not something a fucking boss or a general does. That sounds like something a middle schooler would do. Ha, ha, ha. I told you lies that you said about me. Ha, ha, ha. Explain to me how that's something adults do. I'll sit here and wait. Explain to me how that's something that adults do. I'll sit here and wait. I don't believe adults do that. I don't believe adults go tell people negative things to say about them just so after they say it, they could say, ha, 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 I got you. Obviously, we're talking about competent adults. An idiot will do anything. We're not talking about idiots. We're talking about a man that calls himself a general and a boss, right? How? Just, I got this question. So at the end of the track, the last one he dropped, he said he's not going back at K Dot no more. Nigga, you can't. You couldn't go back at K Dot after the second one. Midway through the second song, he had to be like, this is not going to turn out well. Anyway, who still got Drake winning? Remember, yesterday we had a whole bunch of people that was talking about Drake was winning. Who still got Drake winning? I'm just curious. Anybody? I'm just curious. I don't have Drake winning. I have Drake losing by a landslide. I have Drake buried under so much snow. He got to wait until a freaking, the next, has there ever been a global phenomenon that has scorched the earth? He needs to wait for one of those. Sheesh. Everybody got the heck out of the way, fam. They just got out the way. They just got out the way. Nobody wasn't scared of Kendrick. They just got out of the way. That's it. Niggas was like, Drake is about to get it. I'm going to get out the way. Kendrick is about to do the Lord's work. Drake has a whole entire song basically explaining that he doesn't touch children. That's bananas. That song is now canon. That's bananas. And then at the end of said song says, I'm not replying back to anything else. Kendrick should drop like 5 more songs just absolutely murdering him right now. He should drop 1 a week. And in addition to that, Kendrick's bop is better than his. That Not Like Us. Why is everybody dancing to that shit on the internet? Explain that shit to me. Kendrick doesn't even make dancing music. What was the last song Kendrick made that made people jump up out of their chair and start boogieing? Tell me. Because I literally don't know. One might exist. But as far as I know, that's not necessarily the music he creates. Am I saying anything wrong? Put it in the chat. So Kendrick makes a bop. They got everybody on the internet dancing. Like the gangsters feel comfortable dancing to. Drake is done. He's cooked. You know what Drake better hope don't happen? I'm gonna tell you right now. Drake better hope I'm sorry, I'm looking at the thing. Drake better hope that no girl surfaces and says, yeah, I had relations with Drake when I was young. No girl. Adam 22 just interviewed some chick that said that Drake used to hang around her high school basketball team. What in the hell, fam? Who in the hell? You know what high school basketball? Okay, so I'm going to say this much. Let's say you live in a small town. And that's just what they have there. There's, you know. Okay, I get it. You're a fan of high school basketball because that's, you know, you just want to have something to root for. But Drake is a global phenomenon. He doesn't live in a small town. What in the hell does he can go to a WNBA game, but he can go to a college game, but he's a fan of high school basketball? Have y'all seen girls play high school basketball? Believe me, 9 times out of 10, you would prefer watching the WNBA. College women's basketball is peak women's basketball, just so we can be clear. But you probably prefer to watch the WNBA than high school female basketball. More teams have no good players than have one. So how is this nigga a fan of high school basketball unless he was a fan I used to live in a small town. And I forgot what night it was. But generally, there was high school basketball, right? So I used to go to the local YMCA. So I went there and I met some dudes. They were high school kids that we was hooping with. I don't know how old I was. I was in my 20s. I was in my late 20s, early 30s. So they was like, we're going to be at the high school basketball game. Do you want to come through? It's like, I don't really know. Like, I'm not really into that shit. So then I said, all right, whatever. I go to the first game. You know me. If you know anything about me, I like cheering. I like cheering for other people. So I go to the first game. I'm cheering them on. I'm like, I can't do this again. I don't have any, how do you say, skin in the game. That was probably a bad terminology. I have no horse in this race. I don't know any of these girls. Everybody in the gym basically knows most of the girls that's on home team. You understand what I'm saying? And, I don't know if the other team family probably traveled or friends or school. They probably traveled also. But most of the people in the gym know the people that's playing. So they have a vested interest. I don't know anybody. The game was high school girls. It was whatever. I maybe went to 2 games. Maybe. But I think I only went to 1 game because one of the games I only went to because it's a long story. I was staying with somebody at that time. And they went to go do a thing that I didn't want to go to. So it was, do you want to stay home? And I was like, fuck it, I'll go do this shit. And I go hang out with my homies. So I think I went to 2 games. Because like I told you, I know a couple of people. But no, this is not something that fucking people are fans of if you don't know nobody. How the hell is he a fan of? I would respect it more if he just said, I was coming to root on, y'all. I know some of y'all want to root y'all guys on. The dope part is the dudes that had invited me to come to the game, I had also have been working with and kind of semi-training them in the Y. That's how come I knew them. I used to go to the gym and I was semi-training them and I was working with them. And we brought a little bit of the New York flavor out to, this area that I was staying in, not for nothing. And one of the kids, and I'm very proud of this, but one of the kids made it to be starter on his high school team. And he wasn't a starter when we met. So he made it to be a starter. He changed the way he dribbled and everything. I gave him a whole handle and everything. It was dope. It was lit. I didn't give him my handle. Shout out to Cigarette. So hold on, I got about this real quick story, then we get back to Drake. So there is a New York City hooper that I used to hoop with. He from the Bronx. If you from not Cortland, but what's the name of that damn park? Not Cortland Park. I forgot the name of the park. Van Cortland. No, not Van. I forgot the name of the park, but there's a park over there in the Bronx. It's a pretty big park. I just can't remember the name right now. And there's a dude that used to bowl there named Cigarette. He had came to a couple of basketball tournaments with me. My brother's friend, my oldest brother's friend. He's older than me. He got me by about like 10 years or something like that, 10, 15 years maybe. And I had took his handle and I gave basically the dude the structure of his handle. This white kid. So shout out to Cigarette. The white kid, he could play and everything, but he didn't have a size up or nothing like that. So I basically gave him the structure of that handle, and he made it to be the starter on his high school basketball team. So this is the nigga that invited me to the jump off, just so we can be clear. I'm fam. This is what I do. I teach basketball. In any regard, let's read some comments. Drop some comments down there. I want to know what y'all guys think about all of this BS. Says, damn, Drake down bad. Fam, when these dudes go out there looking for these young girls, it's not really for them. Wink, wink. All right? And I'm not saying that that's what Drake was doing. I'm just saying, when Diddy goes and he's looking for these people to invite this freak off, it's not for him. Remember what Cassie said. He wasn't even involved in some of this shit. He used to like to sit and watch. All right? So that's what we have to understand. They're not going out there and trying to find people for them. They're going out there and trying to find people for others. Shout out to Ben Roman. Salute. Yes, nigga. I'm sorry about I'm trying to get back to the Tonight shows. The Knicks played last night, so there was no Tonight show after the game. I'm sorry. The Knicks played last night. There was no Tonight show after the game. I want to apologize about that. We're gonna try to make it happen today. And I was gonna do because the game started at 7:30. So just so we can be clear. The South African artist Tyler, that's how you say that, Tyler? I don't know her name. Also said Drake and her DMs trying to smash. How old is she? She's not a minor, fan. She just looks like a little girl, I think. I don't know. Don't think she's a minor though. She just looks like a little girl. Also, she's been winning awards. Yes, Saloon is open. Also, she's been winning awards. So I'm always skeptical whenever I see somebody win an award, and and it wasn't like she's 19. Yeah, Drake probably shouldn't be in her years. This is something I wanted to add yesterday when we was talking about young girls or even young boys and older women, or young girls and older men. I don't think that an older man can go after a young girl. And I don't think that an older woman can go after a young boy. But I also don't think that there's anything wrong with them dating if the younger person who's of age is pursuing the older person. You understand what I'm saying? Like, yes, I think that it is creepy if you have someone my age trying to go after a 19-year-old girl, period. But I do also think that if a 19-year-old girl was trying to go after an older man, then I don't think a relationship between them is creepy. I don't think that if of age people also, I don't think that a younger boy, like he's 19, 20 years old, and he's out there pursuing a 40-year-old woman, I don't think that's creepy. But I do think it's creepy when you have a 40-year-old woman trying to pursue a 19-year-old boy. Does that make any sense? Shout out to Ben Roman with the $5 drop. Ben Roman pulls up to the saloon. He's looking at the old billboard on the outside. It says saloon on it. And then it has a Cash App sign. And then he looks and He says, we about to be inside today, you rat bastards. He walks into the building. He walks up to the bartender. He says, can I get a sarsaparilla? Can I get a coffee? Can I get some eggs and can I get some pancakes? The bartender says, not a problem, sir. He looks at the bartender one more time and he says, I'm going to be right back, though. He turns around, looks in the bucket. They got the donkey bags in it. He goes, he picks out some donkey bags. He walks out to the back door, to the veranda. He opens the big picture window and then he yells, Drake fans! A whole bunch of people across the street turn around and look at him all at once and say, we're over here! He starts whirling donkey bags way up into the sky. They start raining down on these individuals like it was a whole tornadoes. Everybody get hit with donkey bags. There's donkey everywhere. Ben Roman then turns around, washes his hands off and says, it's time for my foodsies. Shout out to Ben Roman showing up, throwing donkey bags at all of the Drake lovers. Shout out to Hassan Shipman pulling up to the saloon. He walks up to the saloon. He looks in the door. He's walking past the saloon. He turns to the side. He sees Ben Roman hurling donkey bags. He says, I got to get in on this one. He runs inside of the saloon. He says, where's your donkey bags at? Bartender says, first you got to order some drinks. Bartender pushes him over some coffee, pushes him over a shot of vodka, pushes him over a blueberry muffin. He says, thanks, sir. I'm going to be right back. As Ben Roman is walking back to get his food, Hassan Shipman passes him. They high five. Hassan Shipman's looking outside. He sees all of the people wiping the donkey off of them. Somebody comes, sprays them with water. All of the donkey is coming off of them. They're like, yay, we got the donkey off of us. Hassan Shipman then starts speedballing donkey bags at them like he's David Cone. Shout out to Hassan Shipman pulling up to the saloon this morning. And shout out to Ben Roman pulling up to the saloon, hurling all of the donkey bags. He said the first donkey grenade lobbed threw that shit up like this. That shit said, woo! Bang! So, what up, Ty Dog? Good morning. Salute, my brother. So, I want to say this and I want to be clear. Also, this is how I'm going to do this from now on also. Anybody that joins the green team, or when you join the green team, that's your admission into the saloon. So you can do a drop or you can join the green team and you can get in the saloon today. Shout out to Ben. Okay, I'm gonna give it a second before I call the next one because we have to do a little bit more content. So I'm gonna give it a second. All right, we're gonna give it a couple of minutes because I got to do some content. And then I'm gonna call the next saloon drop. But we're definitely doing saloon drops. And anybody that want to have some action going on with Ben Roman, because he's next up, you can do some drops and we can have some community action going on in the saloon, whether it's a fight or whether it's some hugs. With that being said, I got to get to some of the chat, some of the content. So I want to be clear about something. I forgot entirely where we was at with the Drake thing. Oh, so what up, Dayon Davis? Salute. So all I'm saying is this. I don't think there's anything wrong if the younger person is pursuing the older person. But I do think that there's something wrong if somebody is older than somebody, a lot older than somebody, and they're putting a lot of pressure on them because I don't think that that's fair. You understand what I'm saying? I just don't think it's fair. You know, being an individual that's a lot more worldly, and then you're putting pressure on this other individual in order to get into a relationship with you. But I do think I don't have any problem with a 19-year-old going after a 30-year-old, 40-year-old, even 50-year-old. I don't have no problem with that. But I do have a problem with somebody if they're 35 years old and they go trying to chase down 19-year-olds. That don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? If that makes any sense, that don't make sense. 35 years old, you chasing down a 19-year-old. I'm not here for that. You know what I'm saying? This is coming from a guy that I don't know no other way to say this, but I accidentally, I'm not, okay, so when I was dating Kendrick used to always say something, and Maria used to say the same thing, and my daughter's mother used to say the same thing, and I mean, I guess almost every people they used to say the same thing, and they used to say that I'm too nice, so it always looks like I'm flirting, like I'm too nice, like I got manners, I'm polite, I'm really, really nice to people, so it always looks like I'm flirting, even when I'm not. So they'll have conversations with me like, I know you're not flirting with that person because I know you. But when we're outside and you're being really polite to these women, people that don't know you that's watching us, it looks like you're flirting with these people in front of me. So I'm fine with you being nice, and I'm fine with you being polite, and I'm fine with you having manners, but we need to have boundaries. Why am I saying that? Often, when you're just nice and you're polite to a young woman, they take that as flirting. And that's why I'm saying I'm not comfortable if you're a certain age and it looks like you're trying to pick up a young person. But if that young person is actively trying to get at you, you understand what I'm saying? I think that it's okay for you to entertain it. Because right now, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think young boys that want to, go to right, have a good relationship, and young women that want to have a good relationship, I don't think there's many people in their area that they could go have a good relationship with. There's a lot of F boys and F girls out here. And you got these younger people that might want to have a real relationship, but they can't. There's just no real actual options. So no, I'm not okay with older men or older women going after younger men or younger women, depending. But I think it's there's nothing wrong with a younger person pursuing an older person. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. Dayon Davis's Kendrick did undo copyrights from the battles so reactors can get paid for doing reaction. That's big up to Kendrick. Kendrick is a real one, fam. And you wait, hold on. Ben Roman said that I got receipts, aka videos. What you talking about, Ben? No, like I'll get back to that in 2 seconds. But nah, Kendrick is a real one for that. I think all artists to a degree should do that. Like if I cover you and I'm covering you fairly, I think that you should whitelist me. I think that if an artist, I think if I'm covering you and I'm covering you fairly, I think that you should whitelist me. I'm covering you fairly. Like, there's times that I'm not going to necessarily say the most complimentary thing about you, but in the overall, I'm covering you fairly. I think you should whitelist me. I think I should be allowed to play your music on this page. I think I should be allowed to, show whatever imagery or whatever, I think I should be allowed to. You should whitelist me. That's just the way that I feel about it. So Kendrick is whitelisting people basically because they're out there complimenting his music. And that's another reason why his music is blown up way over Drake's, because he's allowing for people to integrate their music to his platform, into their platforms. And he's not getting anything back from it. So God is blessing him. If you understand anything about how blessings work, this is why I keep trying to instruct people, stop going out and just bad-mouthing people for no reason. Stop doing all of this negative shit. All of that energy y'all been getting from doing negativity, it's over. Or everybody's music is copyrighted. It's over. The world has turned in such a manner. It's over. So now you're known for just doing negative shit, talking negatively about people and being a hater. Not a constructive analyst like who's my homie? Not like Star Report. He's constructive. He's not just hating for the fact of hating. I'm not talking about people who are being constructive. I'm talking about people that their whole entire purpose is to try to tear another person down. Y'all screwed, because now that's what you're known for. How long do you think that stench is going to take to get off of you? How long do you think? How long do you think that you've done enough good in the world that God is going to allow for you to prosper? That God is going to stop removing shit that you love from your life? How long do you think that's going to take? There's a reason why we talk about the Most High over here so much. One is because I want to encourage others to love God like I love God. The second is I want God's protection. This whole entire world is taking a turn, fam. It's a big switch happening. A lot of y'all that just are out here doing evil and trying to hurt people is coming. The chickens are coming home to roost. And if this situation that just happened with Drake isn't an indicator, because who is the biggest sneak disser in hip hop? Put it in the chat if you know. Who's the biggest sneak disser in hip hop? Who in hip hop is always sneak dissing a nigga for no reason? Exactly. Chickens is coming home to roost. And you're not going to just be able to say, oh man, I apologize. Because you took too long. You can't apologize after the whooping starts. It's already too late. Because if you apologize after the whooping starts, that's because the apology isn't in your heart. The apology is in your brain. God deals with the heart. You got to apologize when you don't have a reason to apologize other than you want to be right with God. That's when you got to apologize. When you're apologizing because bad things are happening to you and you want it to stop, that's too late. I think that people misinterpret or don't understand when the Bible says that God is a vengeful God. You know, before we knew him as Yahweh, you know what they called him? The great demonic power. You want to know why? Because he was coming around and just destroying mother effers for not following his laws. He was just destroying shit. Shout out to Motivational Creations. He said, salute, salute, my brother. You know that, right? Before we knew him as Yahweh, we knew him as the great demonic power. This is before the Bible was written. Because he used to just come destroy shit. I told y'all what to do. You're doing the wrong thing. So for all of the people that wait until something bad starts happening before you start trying to get right with God, no, don't worry. Stay trying to get right with God, but you still have a lot of retribution to go through. Because he is a vengeful God. So we speak his word over here. Making sure that you are enemy of mine, you are enemy of his. Dayon Davis says, Ben Roman, I didn't hear Drake did. I watched a Reactors video before work and showed the caption about Kendrick. Let's do your last drop. Don't nobody go nowhere. I got a saloon drop to do. Shout out to Ben Roman. Ben Roman is in the saloon. He sees Hassan Shipman throwing donkey bags at all of the individuals that needs to get hit with him, the Drake fans. He walks over to the bartender. He says, I gave you $5 before, and I just gave you another $5. I want to go upstairs with the ladies. Bartender, this is not a problem. We're going to allow for you this time. But next time, it has to be a whole separate $10. Because for every $10, you get to go upstairs and you get to spend some time with the ladies. Shout out to Ben Roman. He said, I got one on this song. I got one on this song. And got a B in my hand. It's time for a good time. They're going to go upstairs and read books, by the way. Shout out to Ben Roman with the $5 drop to the Cash App. Dayon Davis says, yes, reactors can get paid from doing reaction videos from the disses from Kendrick, not Drake. I don't even think Drake has that power to make that happen. Also, I don't think that they're savvy enough to understand all of the extra publicity that Kendrick just got. Because they want to get paid. So we want to get paid. So we want every view. Like on YouTube. Like on YouTube. I'm going to call that in one moment. Like on YouTube. If you use a video, if you use a song that you're not allowed to use at all, put the reactor's name in the chat. If it's a certain it's only like 1 or 2 people name I don't want in my chat. If it's somebody that I don't want in my chat, I'm gonna remove the name. I'm gonna remove it. But if it's not, I don't care. I don't never care. I'm cool with people promoting people that's doing good things in the world. I don't want anyone promoting people doing evil. I don't want anybody promoting anybody out there just doing negative shit. Put the name in the chat. I would like to know who it is also. I don't know that person. I'll leave it. So I was responding to another comment. So on YouTube, if you use music that you're not, no, it's not licensed, you're not allowed to use it, they'll demonetize the channel altogether, right? But now they got a new thing that some music they allow you to use, and you split the proceeds with the people who own the music. But the people who own the music get like almost all of the money. You get like none of the money. And so I don't know how it's being done with Kendrick Lamar, just so we could be clear. Somebody told me a while back we need to start doing reaction videos. We really do. We really do. In any regard. So when you split it, they show you an icon. Like generally speaking, like if a channel is all the way demonetized, you can't make no money off of it. It has a red $ with a slash through it. If you're making money off of it, it has a green $. If you might be making money off of it in some regions, but in other regions you're making no money off of it, it'll be a yellow $. And if you're making money off of it, but there's a split, they'll show like a line, a green line with an arrow going this way and an arrow going that way. When you see that one, you're really not getting any money from it at all. Just so we can be clear. Like you're not getting any money off of it. Like the money is very like small. But you're not getting, your channel isn't getting hit, and they're allowing a little bit of the money to come to you. So I don't know how it's working with those guys. I don't know if it's the green $, the yellow sign. I'm assuming it's one of the green ones or the arrow green one. I don't know which one it'll be. But also, he might be doing that because then they can reshare those videos, and that's more promotion for him. Ben Roman said that's greed. What you mean by that? We gonna call that in a second, Hassan. What you mean by that's greed? Explain. Because you can't just use other people's content without their not like you're not supposed to just be able to just use other people's content without their permission. You understand? And these big corporations, they got actual lawyers. They're not like me and you. Like they got lawyers that it's their purpose to make sure that these things aren't happening. They got the BMIs, or the BMIs might have lawyers or whatever. So it's their purpose. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I'm not gonna call it greed. I mean, if somebody creates a thing, they should have some control over how that thing is being used to a degree, right? With all due respect. Shout out to Hassan Shipman pulling up to the saloon. Hassan Shipman throwing donkey bags. He turns over his shoulder. He sees Ben Roman walking upstairs with the ladies. The ladies. He also sees all of his food over there on the counter. He turns around, goes over to the counter. He starts drinking his coffee. He throws back his sarsaparilla. He throws back a shot of vodka. He's eating his blueberry muffin. And as he's doing that, he's looking at the bartender. He says, "Bartender, I don't think that guy gave you $10. He gave you $5. Can I get a part of this deal?" Bartender says, "I tell you what, we love your business. We love when you show up. So what we're going to do is we're going to give you some of our top tier women's. Some of the women's come from downstairs. There's 30 of them." He said you could choose any 3 because we love your son shit. We like when you come over to our establishment. We like all of the things that you do. And we like that when you're around here. Ben Roman is upstairs. He's looking over the balcony to the inside of the saloon. He says, "Mr. Hassan Shipman," he says, "I'm going to be in room 24. There's room 36. It's also open." Hassan Shipman says, "Yes, sir. I'm coming upstairs. I'm going to take that woman, that woman, that woman." Then he grabs a book and he says, "And we're going to read this book." Shout out to Hassan Shipman and Ben Roman upstairs with the ladies reading books. They're reading books, okay? It's too early in the morning for much other stuff to be going on. But if there's any Drake fans that want to go ruin their fun, all you got to do is pull up to the saloon and we can have some fisticuffs. With that being said, got a question. Who thinks that last Drake song was a diss to Kendrick Lamar? I want to know, do you think that? Because I don't think it was a Kendrick Lamar diss. I don't think it was a Kendrick Lamar diss. I think Drake was just, he don't know what to do. I think Drake and his people really was sitting there like, yo, what the fuck do we do? What are y'all going to do if y'all start hearing that there's a Diddy investigation happening to Drake? Put it in the chat. What are y'all going to do if you start hearing that there's a Diddy? Shout out to Shaq. Wasn't a diss, it was a response. That's my point. Shout out to Shaq Gravy. Salute, my brother. Yo, I thought you was rejoining the green team, fams. Be right back. Shout out to Shaq. You ain't got to join shit. You ain't got to join shit. I do want all of y'all rap bastards to join the green team. I am not lying about that. I'm not lying about anything. I want all of y'all rap bastards to join the green team, but you know, no pressure. But I am gonna fuck with you about it periodically until you do it, because that's part of my job to try to convince people to join the green team. When y'all join the green team, you are helping this channel in so many different ways. So I need as many people to join the green team as possible, but only if you're enjoying the platform. If you're not enjoying the platform, first of all, there's no obligation. But if you're not enjoying the platform, I wouldn't even see a reason for you to do it. But yes, I do agree. It was not a diss. It was a response. It was not a diss. That's why you hear all of those rappers saying that Drake was waving the white flag. Why is actual rappers saying Drake gave up? Salute, Shaq. Appreciate it. If you join the green team right now, it's admission into the saloon. From now on, anytime anybody joins the green team, that's admission into the saloon on that day that you join the green team. Just so we can be clear. So what do you think about the battle, Shaq? We ain't had a chance to talk about it. What do you think about the battle? Fam, we have a party boat coming up. July 27th. What up, buddy? We have a party boat coming up July 27th. This is the information. Drake never addressed Baca got a weird case, so why is he around? Fam, just so we can be clear, the main thing Drake addressed was his alleged daughter. And then he said, kept trying to say he don't mess with little kids. But like I said before, there's a long history he has of doing weird, inappropriate shit. Like, I'm going to tell you what I got going on in my neighborhood real quick. Just got to say this. So, we're not talking about little kids following Drake around saying he's doing something. That's just, those kids got terrible parents. And their parents are just terrible people. Period. We're talking about Drake in people's DMs. We're talking about Drake pulling children up on stages. We're talking about Drake taking inappropriate pictures with minors. We're talking about Drake being around 16-year-olds and 15-year-olds until they turn 18, and then he could now say that he has had sex with them. This is what we're talking about. That's grooming. Now, if Drake was just somewhere minding his business, and there's this kids just following him around, that's a whole different story. That is not what's happening with Drake. Drake is going to where the women are. Shout out to Marcus Wilson. Drake is going to where the women are. The young girls are. He's calling them on stage. He's taking inappropriate pictures. He's in their DMs. I got some 22-year-old girl number a while back. Well, her Instagram, I don't exchange number. And I didn't even feel comfortable contacting her, especially after I saw what was on her Instagram. I don't feel comfortable. I don't care if you're 40. If you're not about a relationship, a real relationship, I'm not interested. I'm not interested in finding anybody to just have sex with. I'm just not interested. As much as we all want to have sex, I'm way more interested in bonding with somebody, building a relationship with somebody. That's what I'm interested in. I'm not interested in just banging. That's why I could never go after nobody's woman. Besides that, and God says don't do that. First, God saying don't do that. And second, that's not something that he just has in my heart. All of these dudes out here that talk about how they want to go bang other dudes' chicks and shit like that. I look at y'all sometime and I'm like, I don't know how straight you are. Because I don't understand how you being a man don't want a wife. I don't understand how you being a man don't want a family. I don't understand how that's not the most important thing when it comes to intergender relationships. How's that not the most important thing? I'm not knocking nobody. And plenty of men who are 100% straight, and they're not looking to have a wife. Just like there's plenty of women who are 100% straight and not looking to have a husband. I'm just saying, the way my brain thinks, I don't understand why are you even dealing with somebody if you're not looking for that. I don't get it. I'm different, fam. It is what it is. Marcus Wilson says Drake never addressed Baca. Yeah, he just act like that didn't exist because he has no excuse for that behavior. There's no excuse. Also, there's no telling what Baca has seen him do. So he can't say nothing. That nigga might be like, but fam. And then start bringing up minors he was with. So there's probably not even something he could address. Also, he would then have to address the fact that he has dude around in the first effing place. Because none of this is a secret. So how in the hell do you got dude around in the first place? Shaq says, the battle was unnecessary to me, but it was typical, messy and disrespectful. But rap so dry right now, it's a vibe. Shaking my head. Marcus Wilson says, it was very necessary if he is actually a PDF. It's up to the culture to police our own. 100% agree. The issue with this is, and this is the only problem that I could see with any of this is, sometimes people will lie about that in order to destroy a person. That's why I'm saying all of the shit that's going on with Drake points to it's more possible than it's not. You understand what I'm saying? But people will lie because they don't have nothing else to say about, like, somebody want to destroy you, but you're likable and you're a good person and you don't do anything but good things in the world. They'll try to use that to destroy you. You understand? So I'm not for street policing of things that we don't know to be a fact. And in the hood, a lot of times, niggas act on shit that's not true. That's why back in the 90s, in the 80s, so many niggas was getting killed. People don't forget, like, that wasn't a thing. That women was just lying on niggas about a myriad of different things and getting their cousins and their brothers and other street niggas to kill niggas. And let's not act like that's not a thing. Let's not act like there ain't a ton of niggas that got 20 to life for killing somebody over nothing. Over a whole lie that some chick started. Let's not act like that's not a thing. Marcus Wilson said Drake outburst wasn't angry enough for PDF allegations. I would have went live at Kendrick with some more shit. Yep. Agreed. Absolutely agreed. Tyson Garcia said, blessings, Frost, blessings. Hope everything is going well with you. He says, dark skin, a.k.a. Drakestein, a.k.a. certified groomer boy. Marcus Wilson says, man, Kendrick has been on Beyonce features and performed at the Super Bowl, he doesn't have to lie to sell music. But to risk your legacy for a lie, that don't seem like Kendrick lying. I don't think Kendrick is lying, but sometimes you could be given false information and you could believe that something is true and it's not. That's not lying. Shaq says, I never understood the tension between Drake and K-Dot. They're from two different worlds with the beef. Beef might be what he said the beef is. He just don't like Drake because of the type of time that Drake is on. If you told a lie and someone repeats it, that's the liar's fault. Absolutely, Tyson Garcia. Absolutely. That's why, I'm going to talk about myself for one moment, because whenever I talk about a situation and it's about other people be like, what are you doing? And it's like, I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about a situation. But I'm talking about myself for a second. So I have some lady that walks around my community and don't do nothing but tell people lies about me so people can hate me. Some short, dark-skinned shit. Well, I guess she's short. She's shorter than me, right? I'm not saying none of this to go at her. I'm just explaining. So when people find out that the shit she's saying is just lying and malicious, they should be mad at her. They shouldn't be mad at me. But that's not the way the world works. The world works like this. And this is not right and it's not fair. They'll find out that a person has lied on you, but they won't be mad at the person. They'll still be mad at you. Like you did something. That's a slave mentality. I'm always going to be upset at the liar and not upset at the person who was lied on. But what happens is people have too much pride. So they're not going to apologize. They're not going to say, yo, my fault, fam. That person lied. I didn't know. I didn't mean to give you that energy. They're not going to do that. What they're going to do is keep giving you that same weirdo energy and then pretend like the fact that you don't fuck with them is some kind of problem you created. They're going to pretend like you created the problem. I can't even see the photo, Ben Roman. You have to tell me what it is. They're going to act like I can't see it at the moment. I'm screaming. I'm on the jump off that I will have to look at it, but I will look at it as soon as I get an opportunity. They're going to pretend like you did something wrong. You understand? When you didn't do nothing wrong. They gave you fucked up energy because somebody lied to them. So there was a shooting at Drake's house. Okay. Somebody said that earlier, but I didn't know their name. I asked for somebody to go clarify it. I'm going to shout the person's name out now. The first person that came in here and said it is I love it there. Or I love it here. Shout out to I love it here. They told us that Drake's house was shot up early this morning. They came in here at 8:56. They said that Drake's house was shot up. I'm getting confirmation of it now. I'm assuming that's what Ben Roman wrote. When Ben Roman just sent me something over IG. I'm assuming that's what he's sending me. Drake is about to get all of the negativity coming back to him that he's been dishing out to people. Could I just say something real quick? Isn't that what I keep telling y'all? Drake ordered a hit on Kendrick. Ben Roman says, photo says Drake ordered a hit on Kendrick. Didn't get to read it. Don't know if it's clickbait or not. Tyson Garcia just said that Drake's house was shot up. Go check and see if that's a thing for me real quick, Ben Roman, and come back. I just tend to trust green team members a little bit more, than the rest of y'all, because people could clone the rest of y'all. Green team members, they can't clone. And people be feeling the way like, yo, this is me, man. I be like, yeah, I get it, but remember, these weirdos be cloning people. You understand what I'm saying? It's not karma. It's God's work. When we do something wrong, God gives us a period of time to rectify it. So you'll do something wrong. You might not know what you did is wrong. Right? So God won't act on it. Then, I don't know what house, man. Then God is going to let you know the thing that you did is wrong. Then you have to rectify the situation. God will let you live. Give you a period of time. If you don't rectify the situation, then that's when the retribution comes. Ben Roman says, yes, Drake's house was shot up 4 hours ago. Shout out to I Love It Here. They were the first one that actually pointed that out. He wasn't home, though. Do you know which house was shot up? Once again, shout out to I Love It Here. They were the first one that came in here and said that. Viral City says, Baka Not Nice was arrested for trafficking and a SA. This is who Drake was referring to. And be sharp and tell them who it is. The Canadian estate. Shout out to Chris Bennett. So Drake's house in Canada, where he's supposed to be the king of Canada. And then yesterday I said Drake better not go to the Bay, and somebody was like, well, Drake could go wherever he wants. Didn't I say that yesterday? I was like, yo, after he did that shit where he played Tupac's voice and everything, I was like, basically, that's the reason why I said it. I was like, Drake better not go to the Bay. His Toronto house was shot up. One person was injured. Shout out to everybody who helped me get the information. Shout out to I Love It Here. Once again, shout out to I Love It Here. They were the first ones that came in here and said something about it. I'm going to read the comments. It says, salute, Jack. Did you see Drake's house was shot up this morning? Then they went on to say, one person seriously injured. It's not Drake. It's on Academics page. I can't look at it right now. That was the problem. I asked other people if they can go check real quick. I guess y'all guys didn't hear me or didn't have the opportunity. And Jules says, can I just say Childish Gambino TV show Atlanta has an episode on Drake and his parties? Wowzers. So shout out to I Love It Here for being the first person that pulled up and gave the information. And shout out to everybody that helped me fact check it. Ben Roman, I believe Tyson Garcia. Shout out to everybody that helped me. There was no mole, remember? Drake set all of that up. Drake better not go to LA, fam. He better probably not go to California in general. Because if he really did put a bag on Kendrick's head, he ain't safe in California, fam. And when I say he ain't safe in California, I mean every set out there is probably, he's not safe in California, fam. If he really put a bag on Kendrick's head, he's not safe in California, fam. I don't think this is an attempted distraction at this point. If he really put a bag on Kendrick's head, he's not safe in California. There's probably a ton of other places he's not safe at. They shot his house up in Canada. Also, could I just say OV ho one time? OV ho. Can we just say when Drake can't go to no club, fam. You don't think when he goes to a club and the DJ don't like him, they're not gonna play that song and they're gonna be saying OV Ho. The whole club is gonna be saying OV Ho. Drake can't go to the freaking. Everybody put OV Ho in the chat, by the way. Everybody put OV Ho in the chat. Do you know how crazy that is gonna be? Do you understand how crazy that is gonna be? When Drake goes to a club, some DJ don't fuck with him, and they're gonna play that song, and everybody is gonna start chanting OV Ho. And Kendrick said OVO is allegedly stands for oh man, what did he say is standing for other than vaginal something? Oh man, Kendrick killed them, fam. Kendrick killed them. Can we hit that like button? We got 53 people in the chat. We want to send out some notifications. Can we hit that like button, please? We can get up to 30 likes. There's only 6 more likes. 6 more. We get to 30. Let's get to 30. All gangs are going to be at Drake's head. And Cali gangs got reach all over the globe. That's the point I'm trying to make. Sheesh. Cali is like where most of the gangs originated from, correct? Correct? Marcus Wilson said, what are you calling a lie? Marcus Wilson. Didn't used to be Green Team Marcus Wilson? Anybody joining the Green Team right now is getting an admission into the saloon. Do we got any Drake supporters in the chat? I just want to hear your take. I'm not coming for you. Marcus Wilson said, that's a lie. How you clown the people that leaked the information saying he baited them, but they claim to be the ones who feed Kendrick the info. That's a contradiction. Other vaginal options. Sheesh, fam. Shout out to Nazim with the OV Ho. Shout out to Subs with the OV Ho. Shout out to Chris Bennett with the OV Ho. Who else throwing OV Ho down there? I want to see how many OV Ho's we could get. Fam. What time we got? I hope y'all enjoying the show this morning, by the way. Also, saloon is open for everybody that don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I'll just be honest with you. Pardon me. I'm just being honest with you. I don't know what to tell you. I'm just being honest. I don't care how much security the mansion got. Bullets is bullets. Ben Roman says, I was Team Drake until he started moving like a hoe. I've always thought he was moving like a hoe. But what did he do that you didn't like? Everybody got different, spectrums. It was a shooting at Drake's home. Thank you, Nitty Gritty. We just got to that information. We could discuss that in the chat. But I want everybody to drop an OV Ho. And we only need one more like to get to 30. We could get to 35 if we get 6 more likes right now. Let's get to 35. 6 more likes. We get to 35. Y'all, come on. Let's go. No one going to that mansion to crash out, Todd Dodd says. Maybe the shooting happened from someone that was inside the mansion. It's being confirmed. It's being said. A lot of people that I trust have come into the chat and said, we've been getting confirmation that this is something that they're saying happened. I don't know if it happened, but this is something that people are saying happened. Maybe the shooting happened inside. Maybe they were shooting at each other. He changed his persona after 2009 is what pissed me off. I never understood how Drake could talk about gang shit. I need somebody to explain that to me. Four more likes. We had 35 likes. Let's hit that like button. I need somebody to explain to me how Drake could talk about gang shit. Chris Bennett says it happened. There's news reports. I don't understand how Drake could talk about gang shit. I'm just being honest with you. Definitely got to go cop some lotion today. I ran out. I generally use Vaseline and shit. I ran out. Let me see. Let me have a little bit of this bitch. Says Drake is like Chris Brown in your city. Fam. Wait. No. Chris Brown is really ganged up, fam. He aligned himself with street folk. Yeah, Chris Brown is really ganged up, man. He aligned himself with street folks, and then JP, Prince. So he thought he had a pass to do so. Ben Roman says that's when Drake lost my support. He needed to just stay on the singing about women and shit like that. I think he should have just stayed on that. It's hard when niggas is coming for you to stay inside of your square. It's hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about it like this. I'm just going to talk about it from my perspective for one moment. Y'all see all the individuals that's trying to come at me, trying to get me to get out of and talk about, be negative towards them. And there's been times I have said negative things, but I got to be mindful because I got a bigger calling. I got other shit I'm supposed to be doing in this world. Them individuals don't have no calling. Their calling has to deal with Satan. Their calling has to deal with, nothing good. You understand what I'm saying? I got a bigger calling. Shooting at Drake's, they found a mole that didn't exist. So basically, Drake lied when he said that he gave Kendrick that information. Hold on. Just so we can be clear. Tada lives in that area, right? Tada, you still in here? Tada's Canadian. He lives in the area. He says that there's too much security at Drake's crib. There's too much security at Drake's crib for that to happen. So maybe that is what happened. What Kenya is saying. Shout out to Kenya. Says shooting at Drake's. They found the mole that didn't exist. So Drake lied. So Drake lied about feeding Kendrick fake information. Chris Bennett said he said that already. I'm going to scroll up. OV ho. Chris Bennett says, I think it may have been the mole or someone just coming on the grounds. It might have been the mole. So this mole that dude said did not exist. So he found the mole. So that means that he has a kid. If he found the mole, that means that he does have a daughter. Two more likes, we get to 35. Come on, y'all. Let's get those 2 more likes in there. Oh, you speculating. Timing is sus. No, I think that's a good speculation. I mean, we can't know who got shot and why. It just happened. We can't know any of these things. I think that's a good speculation. 1 more like, we to 35. But if we get 6 more likes, we get to 40. We get 4 more likes, we get to 40. What are we doing this morning? We getting to 40 likes this morning? We getting to 3 more likes, we get to 40. Shout out to New York Urban Legend. Salute. Saloon is open, by the way. Why hasn't any celebrity came as a character witness on Drake's behalf? Fam, Diddy had people speaking out for him. Diddy. Why doesn't Drake have anybody speaking out for him? That's a good point. 2 more likes, we get to 40. But 6 more likes, we get to 45. Chris Bennett says he told on himself in the last song. Absolutely think so also. When he said he fed K. Dot the story, but then he turned around and said The folk giving K Dot the information, the clowns. Absolutely. That's one. He's absolutely. Why would he call himself a clown? Absolutely. 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 We could get the 45 likes this morning, y'all. 5 more likes. We get the 45 likes. 5 more. Somebody took one of the likes away, you rat bastards. 6 more likes. Ben Roman said, yesterday I said Kendrick had to put hands on the mole for putting him in that position. The shooting at him works too, even though it's a dumb move because he's the #1 suspect. Kendrick? You think Kendrick shot the mole? Read your comment over, fam. Diddy's lawyer said Cassie's lying. Settled 24 hours later. So 5 more likes, we get the 45, fam. We doing all of the likes this morning. Yo, did y'all see that Drake's last response got ratioed? Meaning it had more dislikes than it had likes. Come on, y'all killing it this morning with the comments. Keep the comments coming. I'm going to address that when we come right back, Tada. Give me one moment. All right. Shout out to Sea Iron Addict. Salute. When you going back to the green. All of you rap bastards that used to be the green team, could y'all pull back up? You know what? I'm going to stop calling y'all rap bastards. Is that going to help? All of y'all froze that used to be a part of the green team, are you going to refrostify yourself? I'm not calling y'all part of the green team no more. Everybody that's on the green team is a certified frost. So all of the frosts, y'all coming back? Shout out to Hassan Shipman with the $5 drop. Hassan Shipman, he's upstairs with the ladies. He looks out the window. He says, hey, ladies, look at all of them Drake lovers. The ladies say, ew. Hassan Shipman says, I want you to go downstairs. I want you to get 2 buckets of Donkey bags. And then I want y'all to come upstairs. 3 ladies, go downstairs. 1 bucket of Donkey bag in this hand, 1 bucket of Donkey bag in that hand. They come upstairs, 6 buckets of Donkey bags. Hassan Shipman says, we're throwing them at all of the Drake lovers. The Drake lovers is outside. They're playing Drake's music. They said, we don't want to hear no more Drake's music. All of a sudden, the house band goes outside onto the porch next to the porch that they're standing on. They start playing Kendrick's Not Like Us. And then all of a sudden, like the cloud have just descended onto the area. The Drake fans look up into the sky. There's a large shadow that just encompasses their whole area. And then all of a sudden, Donkey bags is rain down on them. Shout out to Hassan Shipman hitting the Drake fans with all of the Donkey bags. Ben Roman says, Not Kendrick per se, but one of his peoples. CI Addict says they even tagged his store. They not like us. Tag what? Oh, the OVO store? Oh. Isn't that in Canada? Marcus Wilkins says, Kendrick said all of this for the world to dig into the allegations is very smart. Put the world into Catch a Predator. Bam. Tada says, or has Drake's chess move proven to be insufficient? I think now we're getting a little bit of proof that this was never a chess move and Drake just lied. Because let me just say something real quick. Kendrick called Drake a master manipulator. So Drake said, we gave you false information a whole week before the first song dropped, just so we could be clear, I believe. So Kendrick is saying, Drake is saying, we gave you false information just so you could make a song saying lies. That sounds like a master manipulator. 2 more likes and we have 45. We could get to 45 likes this morning, y'all. Could we get 2 more likes? But 7 more likes gets us to 50. Chris Bennett says, the proof is K-Dot told him he knew his every move. Did you know that 616 is supposed to be Drake's title? But K-Dot took it. Hence, why? Oh, I didn't even think about that. Word? Wait, why would that have been Drake's title? Is the area code up there 616? And yes, Heart is K-Dot's title, right? Wowzers. Saloon is open. And obviously, we're doing stuff to Drake. So if you want to come to the saloon and do stuff to Drake and Drake's fan base, pull up. Kenya says, Drake's people blessed to be that pressed. I guess. Oh, Kendrick's people too blessed to be pressed. Agreed. 4 more likes, we get to 50. Ben Roman says, the article says Drake's bodyguard was shot in a drive-by by walking into Drake's palatial estate where their precise words. So the bodyguard was shot. You know, a lot of the people who are the moles are bodyguards. I'm just going to throw that up there. G's Up Ministries shooting at Drake's house last night. Heard about that. Once again, I want to give a shout out to I Love It Here. They were the first person that pulled up and said it. 3 more likes. We have 50. Master manipulator. So wouldn't a master manipulator also lie about manipulating? Right? Somebody that's a master manipulator would also lie about saying that they did a thing that they really didn't do in order to make it look like they was ahead of the game. Right? Just saying. Chris Bennett says, why would Drake make up lies about himself, make up stories about a daughter and him being a predator? Makes no sense to me. I think it's bullshit. I'll blow my nose. I'll do it. So happy I got a mute button on here now. 4 more likes and we're at 50 likes. Let's get to 50. No, the area code is 416. Okay, copy. 616 is Pac's birthday. That's a fact. 616 is also Father's Day. 616 is also the day that Anna Nicole Smith died, I think, right? There's a lot going on with 616. 616 is also the Marvel Universe. Just gonna throw that out there. The main Marvel Universe is also 616. I'm just gonna throw that out there. The mole, the security guy could have been the mole. A lot of times the mole is the security guy. I'm telling you. If you want to know about a nigga, all you got to do is get in good with the security. Can I say something real quick? What was Gene Deal for Diddy? $616 is the date Kendrick has a show in Toronto. Wowzers. The pity party went left real quick. Tada says, right, no one is going to that mansion to crash out. That's like Beverly Hills neighborhood. Revelation 616. What does Revelation 616 read, Tada? I can't check right now because we're using the phone. I have my Bible on it. What does Revelation 616 read, Tada? Put it in the chat. We're going to give him a minute. What does Corinthians 6? All of the Bibles dang near got a 616. Don't put it in the chat. Don't just tell me. Put the verse in the chat. It's all tied into Drake's actions. Put the verse in the chat. Come on, let's go. We have, you know, we do Bible over here. Shout out to the few. Salute. Kendrick told Drake and his friend's ass to stay inside. Somebody told somebody something. That's a fact. There was a whole bullet attached to it. I hope whoever got shot, it recovers well. That's what we're talking about, the few. Shout out to I Love It Here. They were the first one that came into the chat and said it. I'm going to keep repeating that too. Sheesh. What time is it? I'm enjoying the show this morning. Enjoying the show this morning. Y'all guys are killing it in the chat, man. Salute to all the frauds that pulled up. Those are the green team members, obviously. And also salute to everybody who's not yet a frost, not yet part of the green team. But y'all are killing it in the chat this morning. Absolutely killing it. I'm loving y'all. You know who Drake had a child with, right? The porn star chick, right? Revelation 616 says, and said to the mountains and rocks, fall on verses and fall on us and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne and from the wrath of the lambs. That's what Revelation 616 says. Okay. Ben Roman says, can't say that they wouldn't crash out because it's the Hollywood of Toronto, because look what happened, the FBG duck in the Hollywood of Chicago. That's a fact. Tada says, Drizzy on some gangster she K. Dot better unite the West. Chris Bennett, can you go get Corinthians 616 for us and stop just saying Corinthians 616? Is that, could you just go get it for us, please? You also know they found and are posting his second son. Oh, so they you didn't post it, fam. If you tried to post it, it ain't come up. Post the verse. Okay, I'm scrolling up. You said you posted it. I'm scrolling up. I don't see the verse, man. I do not see the verse. I just see you saying the verse. Here we go. The proof is K. Dot told him he knew his every move. Did you know that 616? Nope, I don't see the verse. Do you see how Iron Addict posted Revelation 616? I need you to post Corinthians 616 for us, please. K. Dot left top. Now he open to get hit. I don't understand what that means. Okay, I don't know if you're trolling us, Chris Bennett. I do not see it. Could somebody else post Corinthians 616 for me, please? Iron Addict, if you're in here, can you post it? 4 more likes and we get to 50. Come on, y'all, let's go. Let's get to 50. Which Corinthians, 1 or 2? Salute this Iron Addict. He used to be part of the green team. He used to be a whole frost up in here. If he ever rejoins the green team, you're going to be able to see his badge. You're going to know that he was green team for like at least a year. Corinthians 1 or 2. Did you know that he who is joined to a prostitute becomes one body with her? For as it is written, the two will become one flesh. Yes, she was a prostitute. Corinthians 1:6-16. What know ye not that he which is joined to a harlot is one body? For two saith shall be one flesh. Sheesh. Let me see what Corinthians, 2 Corinthians say also. Put it up there for me, C Iron Addict. Shout out to C Iron Addict. Pulling up today, putting the Bible verses in the chat for us. You know we love to read the Bible. The flesh was the child. Yeah, that's what that's what it is. It's Corinthians 6:16. It's definitely Corinthians. Drake is done. Drake is done. Drake is done. He's done. He's done. Done. Kendrick, K. Dot left TDE, and Top Dog was his protection. That's why Drizzy never attacked him back then. Ooh. He's done. Done. He's done, fam. Done. I want to know, how do these individuals that be out here saying Kendrick lost and Drizzy won, Drake won, I want to know how they're going to be outside. I want to know how they're going to be outside. 2 Corinthians, and what agreed hath the temple of God with idols, idolaters? For ye are the temple of the living God, as God hath said, I will dwell in them and walk in them, and I shall be their God. Yeah, it's probably 1 Corinthians, and they shall be my people. It's probably 1 Corinthians, because he was talking about the baby. That's a fact. 4 more likes, we get the 50 likes. Let's get the 50 likes, y'all. Shout out to all the frosts in the chat. That's the people with the green names. Shout out to all the frosts in the chat. Definitely appreciate you guys. K. Dot has united the. I appreciate all of y'all. We have great comments this morning, and y'all know I love talking to y'all. This is what haters don't want. So please don't act like I don't appreciate y'all comments, because obviously you can see that I do. Don't act like I don't appreciate when you have actual opinions, because you can see that I do. K. Dot has united the West with his last track. That's a fact. Yeah, K. Dot is I need for y'all to hear this. So there was some rapper, I can't remember who the rapper is, but the nigga was like, they FaceTimed him. And it was like 4 or 5 different gangs, all at the same time. Them niggas was already FaceTiming each other. And then they just added him. All these different gangs in California that's warring, that they historically disliked each other. There was niggas in the gang, and I'm assuming high-ranking members on FaceTime dancing to the Kendrick Not Like Us, and then they decided to the rapper nigga. He was like, what in the hell, fam? Kendrick Lamar's doing God's work. I don't know. That's what it seems like. All right, I've been Roman. I'm going back to your last comment. Can't say that they wouldn't crash out. I read that. Can't say that they wouldn't crash out because it's the Hollywood of Toronto. Look what happened to FBG Duck in the Hollywood of Chicago. Ben Roman said that. I read that. You just missed it. But no, I agree. And they said it was a drive-by or something, and his the dude got shot. So I could see somebody doing a drive-by and just randomly shooting at his house. People do stupid shit like that. After that, it didn't come up, fam. You got to rewrite it. It didn't come up on my end. It didn't come up. Yeah, it didn't come up. That's why I didn't read it. This is bananas. This is bananas. I don't know what to tell you. This is all bananas. For anybody who don't think this is bananas, I don't know what to tell you. This is all bananas. Kendrick has just derailed Drake's empire. This is Kendrick shooting. Kendrick has just derailed Drake's empire. And for one strange reason, Drake wants to also say, I helped them. I told him all of the things to say about me. So I don't know who gave Drake that See, but that's what a narcissist does. You know what I'm saying? Kendrick mentioned the 11-year-old daughter because supposedly the mom of the 11-year-old daughter was 12 years old at the time Drake got her. Didn't I say that yesterday? I said that yesterday, didn't I? I said, yo, I think the ball wasn't necessarily about him having an 11-year-old daughter as much as it was about him getting an 11-year-old pregnant. I said, didn't I say that? So I don't know if what you're saying is the truth or if correct, because I believe that this is something that you heard somewhere. But didn't I say that yesterday? You was here, right, CIN Addict? Thank you. I said that. Does anybody else remember me saying that also, just so we could get confirmation? This is something I said yesterday. What's on YouTube? It's really an 11-year-old daughter? I'd be so pissed. I'd be so pissed if... What up, Charlie Baltimore? I'd be so pissed if I was the mother and that nigga had the nerve to just disown my child. Like, nah, nigga. I'd be so pissed. Kenny might have juicy lawsuit now that OVO Mansion was shot up. Why would Kenny have a lawsuit? Nigga's done. I'd be so pissed. I'd be so pissed. I don't care how much money you pay us. It's one thing to not tell the world about us. It's another thing to say that we don't exist. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. It's one thing to not talk about us. It's another thing for us to come up and you be like, we don't exist. What the hell are you talking about? You mean we don't exist? See, because when you didn't want to tell anybody about it, that could have been protection. But now that we've been outed and you're saying that we don't exist, that's shame. In the month of Kendrick being outside, what you mean by that? Kendrick might have a juicy lawsuit now that OVO Mansion was shot up. Most of these celebrities have multiple children, right? Most of them. Think about it like this. This is why I say shout out to Future. Because at least we know Future got 1 million kids. He's not acting like he don't. One month to get Drake up out of here. At least Future isn't acting like he don't got 1 million kids. Future's like, yo, look, man, I've been getting these bitches pregnant forever. Part of my language. But that's what Future's saying, right? So when Drake didn't tell us that he had kids, that could have been protection. But Drake now, the kids being outed and Drake pretending like he doesn't have kids after they've been outed, that's shame. 2 more likes and we have 50. Hit the like button. Let's get the 50 likes this show. Bam. 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 I said that yesterday. Nope, can't see the link. You did you send me the link on like Instagram or something? I'm not gonna see no link here. I don't allow people to put links. I can't allow people to put links because if I allow people to put links, then weirdos do weird shit. So I don't allow people to put links. You can't put links in the chat. You gotta send them to Instagram or something. And then I'm gonna have to check it a different time because we're on the phone right now. Shout out to everybody. We have 50. Somebody put my Instagram in the chat for them. Either Instagram, BBN Instagram or the Jack Frost Instagram, no matter. Somebody put one of my Instagrams in the chat. We're at 50 likes this show. Shout out to everybody that hit the like button. We at 51. We going up. 9 more and we could get to 60. 4 more and we could get to 55. They about to put it in the chat for you, Chris Bennett. I wish I could make it where certain levels of membership allow for people to do things like drop links. That's what Instagram needs, and that's what YouTube needs to add. So, like, let's say you're paying $25 a month to be a part of what we're doing over here. You should be able to drop a link. Like, I should be able to turn that on, like, what a certain level. You know, so I can make it a person that's spending 25, make it a person that's spending 10. You could be able to drop $10 a month. Because remember, when you become a member, if you become a member at our lowest tier, it's a $5 donation a month, right? So if you're liking what we're doing and you want to donate $5 a month, you can just become a member, and every month you just donate $5, and that helps the platform. Somebody put my Instagram in the chat, please. Come on. You know the show's going to keep going as long as y'all commenting. Once y'all comments slow up, I'm going to go get something to eat. I'm going to tell you what it is, man. It's going to be time to go get food. K-Dot put a skin doing the OVO mansion in his artwork. Yes, he did. No, don't put the IG link. Just put the page at BBN.network or at I am the real Jack Frost. Somebody put that in the chat for him. Big Kish copy. I try to remember. There you go. Send it there. Shout out to Ben Roman. Salute. Send it there. Fam. We know for a fact that there is a PDF on Drake's payroll. We know for a fact that there's at least one. For a fact. Just saying. Excuse me. No, that's what they call in pedos, PDFs. Of course, can't put the other shit in the chat. You might have a problem. I don't think he's going to get caught. Caught slipping by who? Who's going to catch him slipping? Right now, he's probably the most protected person in California, fam. There's probably nobody in California more protected than this man. He just brought all of the gangs together. Oh, that's right. He's in Brooklyn. I keep forgetting. He lives in Dumbo. I keep forgetting. He lives in Dumbo. If you know anything about Dumbo, I don't think he's fine. He's fine. He should be fine. If you go to Dumbo and you're doing shootings and killings over in Dumbo, then you just trying to go to jail. I don't know a way to put it. First of all, the federal building, the federal courthouse is up the block. Second, that place probably got so many cameras it's retarded. Third, 90%, 95% probably percent of the people over there is Caucasian. Or visitors. So that part. Oh man, I'm loving the chat today. Y'all are killing it. And shout out to everybody that pulled up to the saloon today. We're gonna try to do a Tonight Show tonight. We're gonna try to get a Tonight Show out tonight. It's nice outside today, so I do plan on playing basketball today. I gotta get outside and get some exercise, and I gotta get outside and get some sun. So I do plan on playing some basketball today. OVO hitters on the lookout. I don't think anybody wants to claim OVO at the moment. Fam, they're pulling up to the OVO stores, fam, and doing graffiti. Definitely playing basketball today. I need to get outside, get some exercise, and I need to get a blender so we can start. Cause I need to get a blender. That's what I need. We need to get a blender in here so I could start blending up some juice every day. Work on our health a little bit more. That's what we need. Went to the store today. I picked up bananas, and then I was like, "Oh man, are these the real bananas or the fake bananas?" So now I gotta open the shits and I gotta try to bend them. And if they bend like they're fucking rubber, I gotta throw them away. Anything else you want to discuss on this topic? Because it's time to eat. I'm just being honest with you. You see me talking about food. OVO is OV over. Also, OV ho. Just so we can just put it out there. OV ho, OV ho, OV ho. Yo, they was screaming that shit in the club, fam. Drake may have expired. These allegations and the creepy video of him kissing that girl on stage got him looking bad, fam. There's been rumors about Drake with children for the longest. Like, this is not even anything new. Shout out to Ben. Shout out to Ben Roman with the $5 drop. Ben Roman walks out into the hallway. He looks into the room. He sees what's this nigga name? He sees Hassan Shipman and some ladies throwing dookie bags off the side of the terrace. Ben Roman says, "I'm gonna do you one better." He runs downstairs. He goes to where they keep the fire truck. So basically, for everybody that don't know, they did used to have things that were kind of like fire trucks where they put the water in the thing and then you got to go like this to make the hose shoot out the water. So he goes down and he finds the fire truck in the area. He starts dumping all of the leftover donkey bags into where they keep the water. So now the water and the donkey bags get mixed all up together. He then goes to the bouncer. He says, "Bouncer, I'm going to need you for a minute." Bouncer says, "I got you." But he didn't say that because the bouncer's a mute. He just nodded. The bouncer goes outside. They pull around. They you know, they got the horse and shit. He pulls around the fire truck. All of the donkey bags is in the water. The bouncer, he's like super strong. He starts working the lever all by itself. Then all of a sudden, Ben Roman has the hose, and he just starts squirting the hose. All of the Drake fans, the water shooting out with the donkey attached to it. He's shooting out. It looks like somebody just had some diarrheas coming out of the hose. Shout out to Ben Roman, diarrheaing all of the Drake fans. He says Drake's gonna make a R&B pop diss track and will be forgotten. Drake is gonna, I don't know what Drake is gonna do next. Drake just made a diss song back at himself. That explanation song that Drake made is more of a diss back at himself than, it's not even going at Kendrick. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, fam? You said you lied to Kendrick and gave him bad information. At the same time, you said he refused to ask you for more bad information. And then you had the nerve to say he didn't fact check. What the fuck are you talking about? Who is he going to fact check with? You? His fact checking would have just got him more bad information. Because who he had to... You are the one he would have had to contact to fact check this bullshit. Niggas don't be paying no attention. They just say anything. That's why I keep trying to explain to y'all. Stop listening to certain people. Because what they do is they tell one lie. And if that lie don't work, they just keep telling more lies until they find a lie that's going to work. That's all they do. That's why whenever I hear somebody just saying multiple different things about one person, I just assume they lying. He said Drake is going to have to do Spanish music. Drake is going to be making K-pop. First of all, Drake might be going to jail. Oh, man. Don't let Drake be found on any of them Diddy videos. If Drake gets found on any of them Diddy recordings, he's done. He's going to jail. Drake is going to be out there doing K-pop. So that's why I keep trying to tell y'all. Pay attention to people who they got a million different reasons why you shouldn't like one person. Why do you got so many reasons why we shouldn't like that person? You're probably just lying. That's what you're doing. You're just lying. You're probably not even telling the truth. How do you know all of this information about that one person? You're probably just lying. Because what they do is they tell a lie. And then if that lie don't work, they tell another lie. And if that lie don't work, they tell another lie. And if that lie don't work, they tell another lie. Now, if that, whatever lie that does work, now they just extrapolate off that lie and just keep repeating that lie to you over and 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 over again. That's all they do. Like that lady that's following me around my neighborhood. They just find a lie and she just goes up to somebody and in anything lie that she could get them to agree, like believe, then she'll stand there and talk to them about said lie for a couple of hours. This is a whole fact, man. Like, for somebody that could be so evil, like, I'm dealing with evil people over here, fam. I just want to throw that out there. So that's how Satan works. You understand what I'm saying? That's why, you notice God will tell you something once or twice and then keep it pushing. Won't even elaborate. Because where your heart is what you're going to go to. So God isn't going to even elaborate. He's going to tell you a thing. And let your heart work it out. You know what Satan do? Satan knows that we are not pre-programmed to hate one another. We are not pre-programmed for evil. So what Satan has to do is keep reinforcing the lie over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. I mean, it's not like that's what Satan has to do, man. Drake will be a dancehall, pop, R&B, and Afrobeat mix, and it'll be forgiven. Young Thug girl Mariah the Scientist just got arrested in Georgia. Not to change the subject, just putting the info out there. Oh, I'm interested to know what she got arrested for. because, you know, Fannie Willis is catching all of the beats in court. Hold on. Fannie Willis has been getting her ass kicked in court. The fuck? Pardon my language. So Fannie Willis might be getting her own RICO, for everybody that don't know. Also, Megan Thee Stallion is being accused of sexual harassment. But Fannie Willis might be getting her own RICO, for everybody that don't know. She's still being investigated about the relationship with Nathan Wayne and about using monies the wrong way in court. Still. I believe she had to go in front of the Georgia State Committee. At least the Georgia State Committee has reconvened on May the 3rd, for everybody that don't know, last Friday, I believe, to hear testimony about Fannie Willis hiring Nathan Wade as a special prosecutor and the Donald Trump election interference case. And basically, the committee wanted to discuss the timing of the relationship and when she used the funds. So they want to ascertain whether 100% or not was their relationship before he got hired for the job. Also, the committee added questions to the Fulton County Commissioner, Fulton County Commissioner Chairman Rob Pitts, and the Chief Financial Officer Sharon Whitmore about whether they signed off on Wade. So basically, they're saying that she has no oversight over there, that she shouldn't be allowed to just do whatever she want to do with taxpayers' money. So they want to make sure, or they want to ascertain whether the Fulton County Commissioner Chairman Rob Pitts and the Chief Financial Officer Sharon Whitmore actually signed off on Wade joining as a special prosecutor. And if that isn't what happened, she's in a lot of trouble. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're not arresting homegirl. I don't know why she's arrested. I just heard about it right now. But I wouldn't be surprised if they aren't arresting her because, you know, they got to figure out a way to get a win in court. And they probably going to be like, if you don't help us with some testimonies against Young Thug, you know, we're going to put you away forever. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if she was committing a totally different crime that had nothing to do with Young Thug. Also, just so we can be clear. Yeah, no. I could stop for a second and tell you that. I got a ton of notes on a lot of different things. I could stop for a second and inform y'all about some stuff. With that being said, it's time for me to go eat lunch. It's 11 o'clock. I'm hungry, okay? I'm hungry, all the hungries. So I'm going to let y'all go. Everybody, please have a blessed day. I expect for there to be a Tonight Show tonight. There is no Knicks game. I didn't mention the Knicks yet, so I'm going to talk about the Knicks for 2 moments. Did anybody see the Knicks game last night? Anybody? So I want to say something. Jalen Brunson is a big-time player. We're blessed to have him. I'm very happy that he's on our roster. But I don't think it's just Jalen Brunson. I think it's that whole Nova squad. Jalen Brunson, Dante Diffie, I don't know how to say the guy's last name. Defense, I don't know how to say his last name. And Josh Hart. I think it's all of them. Josh Hart played the whole game last night. He's a freaking guard. And I think he's leading the playoffs right now in offensive rebounds. Bananas. The dude had 20-something points yesterday. think 24, 26 points. He had like 14 rebounds. And he had like 6 assists. Those are the players that win the chip for you. Because it's great to have a star. But you have to have those players that can get the star in the position to win. Now, with all of that being said, if freaking Mitchell Robinson can stay out of foul trouble and protect the damn rim, I think we can beat anyone. Anyone. Not just in the NBA, but any team on the planet. Also, please, LeBron, do not come to the Knicks. Also, please, KD, do not try to come to the Knicks. Also, please, Devin Booker, do not try to come to the Knicks. Y'all gonna F up our chemistry. I like what we're doing. I would like to get another rebounding big. And I would love to get another guard that can play defense and shoot the three and finish at the basket. Don't got to be a top tier player. Because when you have a team that's moving the rock, and you have a team that they like playing together, that's just a recipe for success. That's why go out there and find yourself a good partner. Whether it's basketball, any sport, or whether it's life. You go out there and you find yourself a good partner. You go out there and you find somebody that they're not looking for reasons why we failed. They're looking for how we're going to get better, whether we win or whether we lose. With that being said, I love y'all. Please go out there and do something great in the world. One more like gets us to 55 likes. One more like gets us to 55 likes. Tada said that the guy was shot in the chest. That doesn't sound like a drive-by. That sounds like somebody probably just straight up hit him. In any regard, I love y'all. Please go out there, do something good in the world, and stamp God's name on it. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification game. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I get on this one. I'm out.